Hey, what's up, YouTube? Hey, I'm just coming to you again, follow up at my 6-month mark post-op supraspinatus full thickness tear repair. And if you haven't seen my other videos, you can check them out. Basically, I did a bunch of videos before this, but here we are, 6 months. I had my follow-up visit with my doctor 2 days ago, and he gave me a clean bill of health and said he doesn't want to see me again. So that's awesome news for me. He said he checked my range of motion, said everything was great, checked my strength on my external and internal rotation, this way, that way. The strength is good. Said I could lift what I want, maybe not really heavy things straight out. That would be still too much, but anything close by would be fine. And he said just judge your own weight here, see what you can do above head. That's also another one where you can kind of do your own judgment calls on those. Asked him about golfing, and he said sure, maybe up to 100, 150 yards, maybe 7-iron or something like that. So that will be soon. I'm also going to start playing some tennis with my kids. That will be fun. What do we want to see? Okay, let's first look at my range of motion. So I think I wanted to get my hand up here and behind, which I can. I can put it straight up against my head and push it far behind too as well. So, and that doesn't, I can feel it. It's tight. It's not hurting, but I have my rotation outside and up. That's 6 months. I can also put my hand behind my back, not as far. That's still something I work on all the time. I can get it back there, but I don't know if you can see that, but that's still definitely tight, and I work on that. Basically, every time I'm in the shower, I'll just put my hand there and push with my other hand, push my hand up my back and stretch it out that way. What are the other things I want to talk about? Okay, so I stopped taking ibuprofen again and started taking it again. One thing I wanted to mention is I've had a few instances where I've gone back to having some pain in the shoulder, and it was concerning me. And I would just be sitting there and I could feel it, and definitely feel it if I lifted my arm out here. It would just pinch and feel like it was hurting. And I'm pretty sure it was more due to inflammation or something like that, because I had stopped taking ibuprofen and stretching as much as I needed to. So after a day or two, it would be back to normal and fine and not hurting and doing what I do and no issues, So I just think that basically just slowing down the ibuprofen and stretches was what's causing it. And it's so hard. I'll preach to you now just because it's so hard to stay on top of stretching and ibuprofen and working it out and things like that, that you think, oh, I'm great, I'm fine, I don't need to do anything, just go about my day. And then a couple days later you do something and it's overdone, and then you're hurting. So don't do that. Don't do what I do. Just keep on top of it. And if you're taking some kind of anti-inflammatory or ibuprofen, just keep it up, especially if you're feeling any kind of discomfort. I believe that's what was causing mine. So what else did I want to talk about? Sleeping. I have slept on that arm only for a couple of hours, and then it'll start aching, and I can tell. The doctor asked me about that, and I said, I'm sleeping fine, but I don't sleep on that arm all the night. Just roll over onto it for a little bit, and then it'll start hurting. It's just the pressure on there. But nothing that's crazy pain or anything like that. I sleep fine though. I sleep mostly on my stomach when I start, and that's been great, just being able to put my hand up there or whatever and sleep. Been biking a lot, back on the bike that caused this thing, and I have other videos about my biking stuff. But anyway, the bike's going good. Gonna start tennis. What else was I gonna say? I think that in a year I should be good, and he even said that where I'm at with my stretching and my strength, it it's better than most. So he was satisfied and didn't think that I had any issues, just said keep working it out. I don't want to sugarcoat it for anybody. I don't think that I'm going to be normal for a whole year. You know, I bet it'll be another 6 months before I don't even think about it anymore. But I think about it every day. Even though I'm good and I can do stuff, I feel it. When I ride my bike, I'm still worried about it. And it's definitely a traumatic event. So get on top of those exercises. Oh, the exercises I was going to say, that was one of the things. What I've been doing is I bought some bands on Amazon, and they have different strengths, some rubber band with handles and door wedge that you can stick in. And I got like 10 pound, 15, 20, 30, maybe a 25 in there too. So, but basically I've been doing a ton of they call them TYIs. So you pull the band out in this fashion, then up in a Y fashion, and then up in the I fashion. So the TYIs, and I asked my doctor about those, and he said, yeah, that's great. He said the Y is the really important one. This rotation out here is good for the shoulder. And he's like, doing the others is great too, and that probably helps your range of motion. But the exercise I also do, I do those. I do pulls, like row pulls, and I do the same thing with it behind me as I push out. So the band kind of rests over my shoulder and I'm pushing out. And then I do another one where I'm doing external rotations by holding the band and then pulling my arm out this way. And then the same thing on the inside, I'll put it on the door and then pull them in. So it's kind of like arm wrestling moves, but he told me that the external and internal rotation exercises are the most important ones that you're going to benefit from for your shoulder. He said that those are the ones that you'd want to do and keep doing every day for as long as you can. And, you know, I do them on both sides, and he said that's great. You prevent shoulder injury on either one. So keep that in mind. Do external and internal rotation exercises at the minimum, but do all the other ones. I mean, the TYIs, I think that just doing those, like when I would feel that pain in there and take some ibuprofen, I'd immediately go into those workouts and do these stretches, and it hurts. It was already hurting, and I'd start the exercises, but after an hour after the exercise, I'd feel fine. It's like it loosened it up or did something, and now all is good. So if you guys have any questions or comments, leave them below. If you got anything out of this video, give it a like. I will follow up probably at a 9-month mark, I would imagine, just to let you guys know where I'm at. Otherwise, good luck. And if you're out there going to get this surgery, I hope it goes well. And also, we're in the midst of lockdown, so COVID lockdown out here right now, and it sucks. You know, like riding my bike, and there's tons of people out on bikes, but I hope we get through this. Anyway, if you're watching this sometime in the future, there was this thing called COVID-19 that really sucked, and oh, terrible stuff. But anyway, good luck, guys.